I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
So I actually realized the other day that out of all my time on YouTube, all the years and time I put into making videos, I have never talked about or discussed or ranked anything to do with my favorite show of all time, perhaps my favorite entertainment experience of all time, and that is Breaking Bad. So I took my top 10 episodes, added a couple honorable mentions, and here we have our video. I'm not going to talk too much about the episodes, I'm sure you guys are all familiar with them, and of course, major spoilers ahead. There are some things on my channels that I talk about that I'm not necessarily an expert on, but I would consider myself an expert of Breaking Bad considering the fact that I've seen the entire show from front to back at least 5 times, if not more. I've lost track at this point. Also, I apologize for the quality of some of these clips. They're pulled from YouTube and there really weren't that many options. Anyways, let's just jump into it. The first of 2 honorable mentions is Season 3, Episode 7, 1 Minute, which culminates in a huge standoff between Hank and the 2 cousins who are sent to kill him. The second honorable mention is Fly, which is a very divisive episode, but I feel like anyone who is a true, hardened, and seasoned veteran of the show can really appreciate the episode because of how it really films stuff in a different way. It's all really contained into a smaller location, and it really delves into the characters and their motivations in a way that some episodes really don't. With that out of the way, let's get to number 10.
Why, Jesse? Gus gave me no choice. I had to call the DEA to protect my family. What else could I do?
No, you son of a bitch. You know what you did.
Season 4, Episode 12, End Times. One of the ways that Breaking Bad stands out amongst its peers is just how much twists and turns there can be in one conversation, and how much drama and weight can be behind each word said. And that's really the case here. Jesse comes into this room with the intent of killing Walt and exits with the plan of teaming up with him. And the way that goal is reached, I mean, there are literally video essays just on this one conversation alone.
Ready or not.
Season 2, Episode 9, 4 Days Out. Similarly to Fly, we get a peeling back of layers into Walt's character and mindset at this point in the show, which we really haven't gotten for a full 2 seasons up until this point. Walt is faced with the realization that he's probably going to be dying out here in the desert with Jesse, so he figures, why not let it all out there? And we really get to glimpse into his psyche, and let's just say it's not very positive.
Last night is Walt. He's missing.
Season 2, Episode 2, Grilled. Now, in Season 1, there were tense moments of the show, but nothing reached quite the levels of Grilled. This is where we realized that the show could really have some action, suspense, and tension that really was nail-biting. Season 3, Episode 13, Full Measures. This was such a defining character moment for Jesse Pinkman. The death of Gale is something that stuck with him for the rest of his life, I'm sure. And all the pieces of the puzzle that led to that decision and to that moment fell so horrifically and tragically that it's so compelling to watch.
Wayfair 515, descend to 10,000, Juliet Mike.
Season 2, Episode 13, ABQ. Now, it's easy to look at the big moments of some of these episodes and think that that is why the episode is on the list. But in reality, it's a lot of the conversations, a lot of the dialogue, and a lot of little twists and turns within those conversations that lead you to these big outcomes. The big outcome is just a flashy thing that keeps people interested, but the reality is it's the details that really keep you in. I remember getting through this episode and just finishing it and being like, there was not a single second that I felt was wasted in this episode.
Hear me out, please!
Season 4, Episode 11, Crawl Space. Now, this episode is probably the polar opposite of that, where I don't think every single piece of this episode is perfectly designed, but I think the ending is just so compelling. This is such a culmination of everything that has happened and so many things coming together to see Walt break down in this way. The acting and the direction and everything comes together so well in this moment that it really does boost it up more than just an overall well-formulated episode. Season 3, Episode 12, Half Measures. Now, I tried to find the specific moment in the episode that is the most gripping to me for each of the visuals that I associate with these lists. But the problem is, I couldn't find Mike's speech to Walt, and that is by far one of my favorite moments of dialogue in any piece of television ever. I would obviously have put that here instead of the big ending scene with a car, but it's all I could find. That speech just brings me on such a journey. It's such a great piece of storytelling. Season 4, Episode 13, Face Off. Seeing two masterminds go at it is such a great change of pace from some of the action-heavy television and cinema that has been so prominent lately. Breaking Bad plays much more like a chess game than actual war. And the twist at the end of this episode, where it's revealed that Walt is actually the one that poisoned Brock, is definitely one that sold me, putting it in my top 3. Season 5, Episode 16, Felina. I still get chills watching the end of this show because it's just such a perfect product from front to back, and I think the ending could not have been more perfectly done.
Skylar.
Get out!
Season 5, Episode 14, Ozymandias. It is so tragic, yet deserved, to see Walt lose everything that he fought for. His family and his drug empire come collapsing in this episode, and it's heartbreaking, yet satisfying to watch at the same time. I have never seen an episode that is so packed with crucial moments that are executed flawlessly. So what's your guys' list? Let me know down below if you have one. If you don't, just let me know your favorite episode or your favorite moment, because I realize putting it together 10 can be difficult. I had some tough times putting this all together because there's a lot to look through and a lot to unpack with this show. So thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you later. Bye.